Signed, Sealed, Delivered is the 2013 first film in what became the Signed, Sealed, Delivered Hallmark series. It's also called the Lost Letters Mysteries series, and I was really desperate to like this because I'm kind of running out of Hallmark mysteries to watch, and this one is quite extensive. So I thought if I enjoy the first one, I'm going to binge watch the rest. It's going to be amazing. I kind of hated it. And there are two key reasons for that. The first, I hate 75% of the main characters, and I also dislike the narrative structure. It's an interesting idea. It might appeal to some people. It might get better, but based on this one, I actually don't think I'm going to be watching any of the others. If anybody has seen any of the later installments and thinks that it does get significantly better, then please let me know. Maybe I'll reconsider. But for now, I'm not really wanting to watch any of the others, which is a shame because I reactivated my Acorn subscription to watch 3 Emma Fielding films and then what I hoped would be a lot of Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and it didn't go to plan. This film was directed by Scott Smith. It's written by Martha Williamson, and it focuses on a department within the US Post where they find letters that are not properly addressed and they try and find out where the letter is meant to go to. That sounds really dry, and it kind of is. And honestly, it's not at all what I was expecting from a Hallmark mystery series. Maybe if I'd just gone by the title Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I might not have had other expectations, but it's also known as Lost Letter Mysteries, and I guess I expected something different. That's not necessarily the series' fault, but considering I've watched many other Hallmark mysteries, it's certainly not what I was expecting to find. And honestly, it is not interesting. It focuses mostly on this one letter and the intended recipient, and I guess what they tried to make quite a dramatic backstory, and there's some potential criminal involvement, but it's so weak. It's kind of like entry-level crime mystery. For anybody who's never seen any crime dramas before, they're not sure if it's something they're going to like. This is very, very dry. So the narrative itself isn't interesting, but I also don't like the method of storytelling, because as they're reading the letter, not every time, but a lot of the times they start reading it, and then we see the scenes displayed on screen so we can see what happened, or we can see what the writer is talking about, and I didn't like that. I didn't care for that at all. The editing is not bad. It's not like it doesn't move smoothly into that. It does feel very well done if that's your kind of storytelling, but I didn't care for that at all. I felt like we basically never moved forward. Well, obviously we did at some point, but we moved forward so slowly that it was just tedious and painful. And if every single film is like that, where they're reading the letters and then we see those events on screen, those events have to be significantly more interesting than they were in this film. So I don't like that structure of storytelling, and the actual stories they were telling I found to be really dull. So none of that appealed to me. Then we have the characters. I found 3 out of 4 of the main characters to be kind of irritating. Now, I do want to say that Oliver, played by Eric Mabius, I've seen loads of his films, he's absolutely fantastic. I think his performance was brilliant. But I found the character, and this is going to sound like a contradiction, I thought the character was very well written, but unfortunately the personality that has been written is really irritating. And then the other 2 I found to be exceptionally annoying as well, except for Shane. I wouldn't say I liked Shane as a character. She's played by Kristin Booth, but I didn't dislike her. But the other 3 workers, yeah, I didn't like them. I couldn't get on board with their personalities. I didn't really find them to be enjoyable characters. So when you bundle all of that together, for me, this was a really unpleasant experience. The narrative structure, for me, was terrible. I feel like the narrative itself was very slow and very dry, and a lot of the characters were really irritating. So it didn't really offer anything that appealed to me at all. I think there might be an audience for it, but if you're watching a lot of Hallmark mysteries and you want to watch another series that's similar to the majority of the rest of them, this isn't it. At least based purely on this first film. I feel like I should watch another one because as I said, I reactivated my Acorn TV subscription, and I should really make the most of it. But certainly it's not going to be today or tomorrow. If the storytelling method does change, or if you think the narratives get more gripping and compelling, feel free to let me know. I might reconsider. But for now, all I can say is I did not enjoy Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and at the moment, I won't be watching another one.